So can we actually have a quick moment of silence for the Google Pixel 3a? So that means that the Google Pixel 4a should be right around the corner, right, Google? Right? Hopefully. So if you're not aware, Google actually just recently released a statement saying that they're no longer going to be selling the Pixel 3a and effectively discontinuing that particular brand of Google Pixel that they have not only in their stores, but in their statement, they're saying that also it's going to discontinue it basically across the board because it's only going to continue as long as manufacturers have supplies. We reached out to Google to see if we can get a statement, and they basically said, you guys are a small YouTube channel. We're not going to respond to you in any way, shape, or form. Expected, but fortunately they did release a statement to Android Authority that basically read like this: Google stores have sold through its inventory and completed sales of the Pixel 3a. For people who are still interested in buying the Pixel 3a, the product is available from some partners while supplies last. Now, the craziest part about this is that the Pixel 4a that was supposed to be released back in May is still nowhere in sight, but this can be an indication that the Pixel 4a is actually right around the corner. The discontinuing of the Pixel 3a might actually be a good thing for people who are waiting for the Pixel 4a, like this guy over here. Now bear with me while I run this down really quickly. First, the Pixel 4a was slated to be released at a $399 price point or a $250 price point, which I think that's way too low. I think it is going to be about $399. So if they're discontinuing the Pixel 4a, it could be because they don't want the 3a to kind of undercut the sales of the 4a itself, especially if the 4a is coming out at that $399 price point. That would mean that they would have to lower the price on the Pixel 3a and effectively making it the cheapest phone that Google's currently offering. And because it got so well received by not only critics, by actual users themselves, I can see a lot of people foregoing the 4a completely and buying the 3a at a really lower price. So Google's taking the step of just completely eliminating their stock of the 3a, so that way users kind of don't have an option but to go with the 4a when it's released at that $399 price point. And considering that the rumors that are circling the Pixel 4a circle around that there won't be an XL version of the phone, it's simply just going to be the regular Pixel version of the phone, I think that $399 price point is pretty much a good shot at what we're going to get. And there's also some other clues that have recently been released. Some articles are being written that the Pixel phone codename G025, pretty cool code name, I guess, was recently just certified by the FCC, which technically is kind of like the last big red tape thing that companies have to do before they officially announce and release a mobile device. So that could indicate that that particular code name G025, I like the Pixel 4a better, is actually the Pixel 4a, and it's going to be hitting the market fairly shortly. Now I'll run down the rumored specs of the Pixel 4a really quickly, just to give you guys kind of a refresher, because again, this phone has been MIA for like a really long time, and I think a lot of people just kind of forgot about it or kind of forgot what to expect with the 4a itself. I know I did, so I had to actually look up some of these rumors to see what people are saying and talking about the phone and what we can probably expect in the next month or so for when this phone is released. So you're probably looking at a 3,140 milliamp hour battery, an 18-watt charger. Yes, in a time where Apple is looking to remove chargers from phones, Google is still being brave and including chargers in the phone, at least for now. Companies tend to follow Apple's lead, so I do see a scenario where companies start removing chargers from their phones, so just be ready for it. You're also probably looking at a 5.81 inch OLED display, Snapdragon 730 processor, a single camera in this one, and the RAM is kind of all over the place when you're looking at rumors. Some are rumored to be 6 gigs, some have 4 gigs, so we'll kind of have to wait for the announcement to shore that up. And of course, you're probably going to be getting a 64 or 128 variant. So I'm probably guessing that Google's just going to go all in with the 128 gigabyte variant and not have a 64 gigabyte variant, but I'm not basing that on anything. That's just my thought process on how they're going to push and promote this actual phone itself. And again, with the discontinuing of the Google Pixel 3a as well as the certification through the FCC, you're probably looking at a release date that's almost right around the corner. I think Google's really apprehensive to release a phone in the current situations that we're in now. If you really think about it, there's so much going on in the world right now. Releasing a phone, you can kind of get drowned out by everything that's currently happening. And I think that's what they don't want to do. They want to wait as long as possible before this thing hits the market. But waiting too long can also be a mistake, because phones really sell by word of mouth and hype. And I think, again, a lot of people are just forgetting about the Google Pixel 4a as a phone itself, especially people who've been waiting for it for a really long time. They can get frustrated and they can move on to another device that's comparable. And there are a lot of cool devices, OnePlus, Samsung, all these, Apple, all these devices that are on the market that are other choices for people that are looking for the same kind of thing that the Pixel 3a can offer. So now there is a rumored event that's going to be happening on July 13th. That is going to be a webcast event from Google, where we're hoping that they're going to announce some information about the Pixel 4a. Again, this phone was supposed to come out in May, was supposed to come out in June. We're now in July and still no word or sign from it. So hopefully that event does shed a little bit more light on what this phone has to offer, and even more importantly, when it will be available for users to actually have in their hands. But I guess my biggest question for this phone in general is, are there still people interested in it? Are still people talking about it? I guess you guys would have to tell me that. Comment in the comment section down below this video. Are you still interested in the Google Pixel 4a? Are you still looking forward to this phone? If you were one of the people that are actually waiting for this phone as an upgrade, did you move on to another phone, or are you still hanging in there waiting for Google to release some information about when this phone is going to be available to you? Go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys are actually thinking out there. And also, while you're down there, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell for notification. That bell is actually pretty important, because it's the only way you guys are going to know when we release some cool, helpful content like this one. Until next time, guys, I'm going to throw up a video on the Google Pixel 4a rumors, where we kind of did a rundown of all the current rumors and specs and got a little bit more in depth on what to expect from that phone. And I'm also going to put up something that YouTube believes you'd enjoy watching. I thank you again so much for checking out the video. And as always, make sure to stay safe out there. And until next time, peace out.